Okay, so this is episode 41 of Marathon Deathworld Spidertron blind percent. I guess I don't really care about getting those acronyms around the right way. And yeah, now it's time to reorganize all of this so that I can get module 3s on the red chips and the blue chips, get extra free stuff, but also beacon them pretty hard because I don't have the blue chips to spend to beacon and to module 3 all of that entire build. Hopefully we can make it fit in here. But yeah, thinking about how this is going to work, the first thing we're going to do is we're still going to put some boxes in other places so that when we alt-D all this stuff, all the intermediates have somewhere to go that isn't just going to crap up the other useful storage. I guess... is this going to be a good place for things? I guess it can even stay there like that. So this can be where copper goes, and this means it will just feed directly back into the LDS and all that, so that's fine. Coal is a place, I guess LDS is going to be like the standard dumping ground for all of these things because we just need, it uses so many resources and we need so much of it. So let's, this is going to be the coal one, and I guess what we should have been doing is figuring out how it's getting in before, that's not the right one, input priority, yeah, before we figure out exactly how it goes where. I probably won't even need a yellow belt. I think I want to put it into a splitter. I think that's kind of the way that it might work. Does that? Yeah, that does what I need it to. And then this prioritization means that we'll always be running down this storage chest before we're taking anything from them all. Okay, so yeah, we need somewhere for coils to go. Steel and pipe and cogs, I guess we can just send back to storage because I still need to build turbines out of those because I'm pretty sure the rest of, yeah, there's still more stuff I need to do with cogs and pipes or whatever. Coils, engines. Engines, I had a plan for this, which was to turn this guy into the engine's storage chest, like so, and then I can also let's also just do that. Yeah, because I got a lot of those. I want to be, so this is the inserter that will give engines to the flamethrowers if I have fewer than, let's say, 20 flamethrowers. So this is, yeah, this guy's keyed to where the flamethrowers go. So if I pick them all up, he turns on, and then if I had engines, I would make more flamethrowers. Yeah, that's how we're going to do that. Sulfur, sure. Let's actually, there's going to be a lot of sulfur coming out of this, and it's going to be a bit of a pain, so let's just do sulfur like that. And this way, yeah, we'll have a number of places for all the things to turn up. When we alt-D this, which is going to be a giant mess that we've got, 900 watts to do, fine. What's going to be next? So the few big ticks remaining are the silo, the Spidertron, nuclear weapons, space research. I'm not really in a position to be able to have the resources to do anything with those yet. I guess artillery would also be nice. Quite expensive, but quite a good way of dealing with stuff. I think we're going to continue with, the energy weapons is a thing that's going to be useful immediately. And we still need it because energy weapon 7 is still part of the win conditions that I have set for myself for the scenario. So, still useful. The thing is, if I just Alt D all of this now, then basically all the science is going to stop after I use up the blue science that's on the belt until I figure out how everything fits together again. So I might not do that. I might just take this and figure out somewhere I can kind of plan out where and how this is going to work. Down here, like, let's go down here as our kind of working space and like figure out how the new build fits together so that when I Alt D this thing, I can immediately put back the new build that will be going there and we'll lose minimal science time. So actually let's grab a copy of the thing we're kind of planning on duplicating, which is going to be this much of it, and let's put this like, I don't know, I don't really want to be destroying trees. And it's not very many trees at this point. I've done worse things with grenades and poison clouds or whatever. So the thing is, I think I want that much. Yeah. So the design constraints we're thinking about now are all of the blue science and red chips are going to be on prod mod 3, and I want like at least 4 beacons for speed around each of them, so that I have to build fewer prod mod 3s to get all the free stuff out. Can I? And these guys are going to be, all these bots are going to be diligently building all of this stuff and then taking it back to the storage when I Alt D it, and that's all fine, because energy is basically free. That's pretty close to being capped out. What is my Steam like? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, can I just... Yeah, this is actually... I think when you use this space here to figure out how all these things fit together, can I just take this thing like so? I think this might work because on this side it's just these two inserters here, so I could actually go like, I could even have it even closer and have them, yeah, but I don't need to. I can do it this way. If I do this, then I can have beacons like here and here and here, and also some of my power poles. And now, this is all the beacons I need. I'm beaconing the engines, I'm beaconing the blue science on one side. The rest of this, I wanted to sit over here. The thing is, this is kind of set up so that I can get a beacon in here, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I would rather have this row of beacons hit both share with both the blue science and the red chips. What am I actually getting destroyed? You guys destroyed a wall. Good job. That's like, I mean, it's still supposed to be a death world. I've managed the pollution to a level where it's kind of interchangeable, but it's still supposed to be a problem. But can I do something like, if I go out there and in there, then I can have, I guess, 2 belts like this, and then I can I even have just normal inserters there? Because this is the one that will have the red chips. So could I go normal inserters, that, then I can have beacons like also in line with these guys, and then I guess power like so. Is this a thing? I think this could be a play. If it goes there, and then tiles like this. Why are these going up? These are all going down, which is good. So yeah, so we've still got, in fact, this entire side here gets to stay, which is cool, which means I don't have to Alt D the pipes or the engines or the sulfur engines build, or even this bit down here. It's sort of from this row of inserters to the right, which gets Alt D, which is cool. That's less stuff for the bots to move around. And yeah, this also means that I've now got space on. Okay, those are apparently getting, because of where I put the power lines, those are going the other way. Sure. I don't think it matters a whole lot. Okay, so this is indeed the goal of 4 beacons each on the red chips and the blue signs, so that's cool. All these things can be module 3s. How many module 3s do I have at the moment? I've got the 40 of the 2s and I've got 40 of 3s. Did I decide that I no longer wanted to bank up the 3s, or is that just as many as I have? Okay. You guys keep going, I guess. I'll definitely have stuff for you to do. Yeah, just keep working on that. This thing here no longer needs to exist, does it? I've already got it over here. Now the thing is, one of these needs to be, so I think this one here is going to be the blue chips, which means it actually needs to run the other way, because that's how that works. And it probably needs to be blue, because this line here is also the main feed of green chips, which is blue all the way into these blue chips. And red chips and blue signs are dead because copper, that's kind of always the way that was going to happen, wasn't it? These red chips coming down here. Yeah, that's, I'm kind of building up LDS. How's LDS? Oh, LDS is also short of copper. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it's copper. That is going to be our bottleneck. So the thing is, I kind of wanted, because I can't fit a beacon in here, I'd like to be able to. I'd like to have somehow, if I can figure out how, these two next to each other. Because if I do this, then I can have another beacon here, and then I can tile this or something. So, like, this kind of compactness is the plan. The thing is, this won't work because yeah, so this, the thing is, if I move either of these, yeah, so even if I put the green chips on this one running down, they can't, these things can't be kind of at the same offset. One of these has to be back here, which means it is no longer getting hit by this beacon, which is a bit of a shame. Would I rather have, I think because the chem plants by default run slower than the assembling machine 3s, I'd rather have the chem plants with more beacons, who knows. But if I do something like this, then that can go there. I can have a stack inserter outside there. I'm just going to use fast inserters here, which I hope will be enough. It might not be, in fact it's probably not going to be. Let's just do that. Where can I fit? If I put another beacon here, this beacon is, so this will, the chem plants will now have 4 beacons, and then each coils thing will have 3 beacons, which I'm kind of okay with. I think that'll be fine. Now I'm just going to figure out how to get stuff in, and for that, is 1 stack inserter of plastic out going to be enough? Probably yes, but we're probably going to need to upgrade this belt. And then also need to figure out where power goes. I guess power goes there. Sure. If I do stack inserters like so, how does that fit together with everything else? That's not great, is it? I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know, it can go there, whatever. Yeah, because these input belts of coal and copper are probably going to be whatever. Yeah, they'll just be yellow, because yellow is what I've got here, and I'm not scaling this up to be able to push more into these builds. I'm scaling it up to be able to have more modules in these things and a smaller amount of space. So the input belts here being yellow is still going to be fine. So that's going to be that. How do I power all of these things? I guess that's powered like that. Is this going to be doing everything I want? These guys have got all of their inputs. These guys are going to the far side. The coils are going to their near side. I've got copper on the outside and coal on the inside, which is actually the opposite of how things work at the moment, but that's fine. And then I should be able to take... he's still in the way. Like, this looks like it's going to be... I think the question is, does this thing fit in here? And the answer is yes, and it's fine. And that rubber port needs to move, but it's fine, it'll fit. Oh, and the water pipe needs to move. That's also fine, it can just come out here and go up there. Yeah, so that looks like it's going to fit. And I've got 1, 2, 3 beacons on each coils assembler, and 4 beacons on the plastic, which is probably more than I need. I mean, do I even want this beacon here? I guess we'll build it and we'll see, and we've, whatever. Yeah, that's what we want. And the question is, are these things... So I'm like, with this, yeah, I guess we'll figure that out later. The question was going to be, are these inputs arriving at a sensible place that's useful? And the answer is, this much here isn't, because they're going on the belt here, and then there's no red chips that are taking those, but we'll figure that out when we copy it into place. Yeah, I think we're going to go and do the bold thing now, which is going to be, I hope you bots have had a lot of breakfast, because this is going to be a decent amount of work for you. All of that, we actually need one of these, like, I guess here. Let's just do that. That should connect this guy to the power on the other side. And then we keep going. Wait. I decided that I get to keep these, didn't I? Although the top bit is still going to disappear. Like, some amount of this, yeah, the point of speed beaconing, this is all the bottom stuff. Like, I'll have a smaller build here, and I've got, like, other ideas of stuff that's going to go in here. Okay, so... Oh yeah, I didn't have anywhere in particular I was putting blue science, did I? Like, in storage chests. Oh well, it'll be fine. All of this as well. All of that can just go away. Yeah, and so the bot's going to turn up, going to move a bunch of stuff around. Oh, I already had cold storage set up over here. That's kind of a useful thing that I forgot I had. That's how that works. Copper storage, I didn't have any copper storage because that's what it was paused on anyway. That's still going to be more of these guys than I need, I reckon. But, like, let's figure out how many beforehand. So yeah, so the question is, how many of these do I want? I've got 7 of the yellow science, which would mean that would be hand-wavingly balanced by 12 of the blue science, because that's how those ratios work for yellow versus blue science. What am I paused on at the moment? I'm not paused on anything. I'm paused on yellow science, which I probably... Okay, I'm paused on yellow science because LTS, because copper, which was always going to be one of the things. That's not actually a thing I'm sad about at all. Fine. Okay, so, are these guys done with all of this? The answer is no. Okay. Do I need... I'm actually also going to get rid of a bunch of these guys so that I've just got more space down here to deal with... Oh yeah, and I needed to move this as well. I need to move the water pipe. Okay, let's go and do that. Yeah, you guys can connect through here. It's still connected, sure. You can go, I guess, here. ba. That's a lot of coal storage. Do I actually need that much coal storage? I probably don't. Okay, and then this guy wants to be here. Did I end up with more bots than I needed? Kind of. Okay. How many is that? That's 13. That's actually pretty close to the number I decided I wanted. If I put one of these... Yeah, that's going to be fine. I'm going to need a bit more landfill here, probably, which is also fine. Is this 14? So I can get rid of 2. And then take this thing and smash it in here. Okay, so that's going to be... This will be the new Blue Science Red Chips build, I guess. These things will no longer be necessary. Get rid of all of this stuff. They've also got useful items that I want. Ditto these things. Yeah, and now there's just a pile of plumbing, isn't there? Some of these things need power because they didn't get power. And then the question is... Oh yeah, some of these things need power because they didn't get power. Are these inputs at a decent place? So these two are supplying these guys. Oh, I balls that up a bit, didn't I? I mean, I don't have inputs. Do not have inputs coming in yet, so it's fine. So I guess I can just get rid of that much of the thing and try it again. Because these want to be lined up like so. Yeah, like that. That's much better. Other than whatever was happening over here, that's a bit of a disaster. Because this actually wanted to have... Did it want to have another chem plant in there? Ah, no, wait, yes. Because this entire side needs to tile differently. Because it needs to tile with this stuff instead. It tiles every 3 instead of every 2. So that's much better. It looks like a thing that might actually work now. Power those things. Okay. So the question is this all of what we wanted to do? We've got 4 beacons on everything. Let's also, while we're here, upgrade plan. Actually, let's upgrade plan 1 to 2 first for all of these things. And when that doesn't work, or as that works, we will upgrade from 1 to 3 and from 2 to 3, because we actually want all of these on 3s. Does this look like it's going to be working? We've got the copper on the outside, we've got these things. So we've got these two supporting these 2 chip things, and these 2 supporting also these 2, and then it kind of dies off a bit. These ones here I will not need, because they're arriving after it goes into these red chip things. So I think that's what we're going to be doing. The thing is, these also both wanted to come out here, and one of these was red science and the other was blue chips, which red chips blue science, which currently both go on this belt. So I think we're going to do a nasty thing, but like properly. So now they're going to go on either side of this belt. Red chips are going to be on the outside, but I'd really rather red chips were on the inside, but it's probably like I'm probably not going to get to a full yeah, let's do it the other way. I'd like red chips on the inside, or on the top half of this belt, so they don't collide with red chips coming in from there. So we can do that by all these blue chips will be going to the bottom side of this belt. So if I do something nasty like that, that should put all the red chips on the side of the belt that I want. Okay, I did need all of these things to be blue undergrounds, and I don't actually know if I have enough blue undergrounds at this point. Because that's going to go in there like so. Maybe I do have enough. Okay, so all of that's connected. The sulfur, where is the sulfur? The sulfur is this stuff over here, which I'm going to rebuild, I guess, later, but not now. That's like, at the moment I just like to get the science running again. The copper on the outside is actually going to be easier because I've already got the copper here. Should have let housebots do that. Oh, did I have storage space for copper already in addition to the... Maybe that was the storage for copper, and I put storage for copper there, whatever. Things I forget doing, which is fine. Yeah, I can just run down here, this will be fine. Over here like so. Coal. Okay, is going... yeah. Wider than these two and back in there, and that should all work. Gas. Gas is another of these things that's kind of in the way, but isn't it? Which way are we going? I think we're just, yeah. Whatever. I won't actually need this much space for the rest of the things that are going in here. So we've now got plastic. We've now got coils. Those have all been upgraded from 2s to 3s, so let's upgrade all of these to 3s again. Do I have... I really want a bunch more prod mods in the engines as well, just because I can. Where are said prod mods? I guess prod mods are here. Sure. Yeah, and then I need... So red chips are working again, which is cool. Then I need... all those upgrades are happening. Then I need to get the green chips in here. Is this the last thing that needs to happen? It might be. That'd be pretty exciting. Because they just happen... Okay, because that will be, as the other technology finishes, that will be that rebuild complete. 2,400, 2,000. I mean, I'm gonna need both of those. These guys are all working on their module 3s, and the module 3s are now empty, which is cool. Okay, so if the bots build that, which they do, the green chips come through, we should start to see... Is this going to be... Are these inserters? Yeah, these inserters are going to be fast enough, because these are still 1 every 6 seconds, even though they're fast, and even though they're beaconed, and even though there's extra stuff coming up because of productivity modules, that's still fine. So now we've got like other questions of whether or not this stuff will actually keep up. Maybe it will. It looks like it's fine, probably. But everything's working. This makes me happy. What's our power usage? Yeah, our power usage has gone up. Okay, and we've got blue science out, and we've got blue science out, we've got chips out. Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to do I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory I don't care about? Probably. Is a similar thing, but for the labs, because we're reaching a point where we'd actually like to have module 2s or 3s in the labs rather than just module 1s, and then also beaconing everything so that module use is more effective. Like, upgrading the modules in the labs isn't a thing that's worth doing in speedruns to one rocket, but we're not going to just like research this rocket silo and be done with it. First of all, we're on marathon mode, so there's a 4 times research cost, so modules are like 4 times as worth it. But we're also doing the Spidertron, which is twice as much research as the rocket silo. We're doing the nuclear weapons, which is 5 times as much as the rocket silo. The space science, maybe even the artillery. This damage guy is also a decent chunk of science, so I reckon it's worth upgrading the labs to higher ratings of modules. And because of how they're packed in like this, I reckon I can actually do not that one, this one. Just do. Actually, I was about to do that, but I don't want to do that because that's the row where the power poles are. Whereas if I took out, say, all of this stuff, then I'm not affecting any of the power poles, which is cool. Because this means that I will have, first of all, a lot of science just now junking up those boxes, which I'll deal with later. But it means I can do stuff like this. And then I reckon, because we're also getting to the point where these techs take like 60 seconds, I don't know if there are any faster. Okay, so artillery takes 30, 60, 30, 45. I reckon even with these beacons, it's going to be worth extending the labs, and I have lab extensions now. 6 seems like a decent number. So yeah, I can do this, and then I probably want them down here as well. Apparently, I'm deciding that 4 labs are worth it. So yeah, we're going to have one here. And then this pattern is the thing that I want, like so. And he's going to get speed beacons as well. Sure, whatever. So yeah, reasons why labs are great. Their electricity usage is actually tiny, and they don't pollute. So beacon and module these things as hard as you can. 1s to 2s, because I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have spare 3s at the moment. I've got actually a lot of 2s sitting around, and these guys are still waiting on their 3s, but whatever. I'm still going to upgrade all of these to their 2s now. And I have not done the math of exactly how much that needs, but yeah, so that's actually going to clear some of the junk out of the storage, because somewhere in here there's going to be a lot of this stuff, and whatever. Engines there as well, sure. Lots of efficiency beacons. There's just going to be a lot of, this is probably a thing that I should not be wasting time dealing with now, but there's going to be a lot of faff sitting around in here that doesn't need to be. Just get these back into the system. Don't really care where, because at this point everyone should have everything they needed anyway. Okay, so red chips and blue science are now on their way to being produced a beacon at ProdMod 4 level, which is cool. ProdMod 3 level. The labs are now, instead of giving us, I mean, it's not actually a huge boost, it's from 4% productivity to 6% productivity per module, so we've gone to like plus 12% productivity, which is not a great boost, but you know, whatever. But we might. Are we going to upgrade those to module 3s? Probably. These guys need all of the blue chips they don't have. These guys are... What did I want? I wanted more speed mods, didn't I? Yes, I wanted more speed mods because I was contemplating upgrading some of these things to beacon 2s. But what I probably need to do... This is probably dead because I'm not mining enough copper. Is... Yeah, I need to give these guys... How many more turbines? Like another 20 turbines? 21 turbines. Okay. And then, because, yeah, there was another reason to go up there as well, which was... Where am I going to find logistic spots at this point? I'm going to find... I mean, this is where I've got requests coming, so there should probably be... Yeah. I'm not going to need that many. I'm just going to actually need these 7. And then I'm going to need some of these. I got some of this. Whatever. You can go in there. I've got a lot of plastic. Okay. Oh yeah, because I was tidying up the other logistics storage. These I will need, and then I wanted... So I need 6 active provider chests, of which I just got 3. That's okay, I can get more stuff here. And I still have... Yeah, let's make a bunch of those requested chests as well. Then... Yeah, I do in fact need to clean out my inventory before I attempt to manufacture the rest of these turbines. Yeah, that's doing the rating thing that it should. And then I've got a bunch of green chips that I don't need, which can go in here. And a bunch of red chips that I don't need, which can go in there. Coils. Steel. Okay. And then to make turbines... I needed... Copper, iron plate, yeah. All the stuff that I've got here. I've still got all these prod mods as well. Do I want prod mods at this point? I don't think I really do. And I probably don't have red chips being made because copper. Sure, things that I'll just deal with. Anyway, give me some pipe. Give me some cogs. Give me some copper. That's half of what I needed. That is in fact exactly the number I wanted. Okay, so take the copper back. Take the cogs back. And I still have a lot of pipe, which I don't want. So yeah, so that's going to be that. I think the rest of this inventory I may as well keep. For a bit. And let's go over to... Let's take some more metal as well, because it's unlikely to be a thing, but whatever. Got myself a locomotive. Oh yeah, I was going to set up the solar power as well. I think that's the thing I'm going to do at some other point. Wander myself back over here. How are these landmines doing? Do you have damage and kills yet? You do have some damage. Okay, so you're starting to do some stuff. Cool. Yeah, because now that we have the logistic spots, we can set up these things kind of sensibly. First of all, have a bunch of turbines. You still have a lot more construction bots than you needed. I don't know why you need 50 construction bots, but you know, whatever. I guess I'm not short on them at the moment. You do, however, need like 7 of those, and this box here wants to be keyed to used up cells, and this one here wants to be a provider. Yeah, I do good. You only get more fuel if the number of fuel cells is less than, let's say, 200, because I do not need a lot of those at this point. Yeah, this is where all the iron goes. I should have... Do I care about upgrading those modules? I kind of don't. Did I already? I already gave you the logistics bots. That's fine. Provider, storage chest. So those things are done. Because yeah, the sensible way that we're going to be doing this is the ones receiving fuel are all going to be requests for 10. 10 is going to be fine. Copy this configuration, and then as soon as I'm ready to turn on the next reactor, all I'll have to do is copy. Yeah, because at the moment the way this works is these things will request nuclear fuel, which the small number of logistics bots will bring, and then it's all fine. So you know that's going to be self-sustaining, and then all I need to do to turn on these other reactors is to copy that configuration over to these, which are currently not requesting anything. And then if these guys are active providers, then all the spent fuel that turns up will be moved back over here to where I'm reprocessing it, back into here where I've got actually not much left. These guys are probably... Yeah, this is going to be fine. Yeah, so that's that done. This is now a lot more automated. That bit is built. Why have I not had... I thought it had... it doesn't have cliff explosives. Do I have cliff explosives? No. Unlucky. Okay. Let's go and do that quickly, because that's going to continue to annoy me. And then that might be an episode. Do I attempt to set up the solar? The solar probably won't take too long to set up, and I've already got like, yeah, I've got like 2,000 solar panels in the wagon that I could do something with. How many? I'm going to need more locomotives than I gave away the engines. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think we do 3 left. This was actually, yeah, the thing that's going in this space is going to be explosives, and then we're probably going to lodge about them around the place. How are we doing with these things? So we're starting to get enough of these, which is nice, which means that all these are all on 2s, which is cool. And we're actually... Are we short of blue science because we are short of some materials? I think I might actually need... Are these guys not actually getting enough? Are they not getting enough coils because the inserters are too slow? Yeah, it looks like they're not getting enough coils because the inserters are slow. That's a bit of a shame. I don't know that I'm... Actually, no. When they get, they'll slow down even more when the other productivity modules go in. Overall, I'm not going to worry about it now. I did want engines and stuff to craft a couple more locomotives, which is going to be the engines that I already moved to the other side. Oh well. Yeah, decent number of riches coming through now. That all looks like it's kind of healthy. Engines. Flamethrowers are over here. 3 more of those, fine. You can have whatever you need. Okay, let's take the cliff explosives to the nuclear station, and then we'll figure out because I've kind of already got a plan for what the solar is doing. But otherwise, how are we doing? Everything is beeping and getting attacked, but still not spawning behemoths, which is nice. And the thing is that the base is also kind of now, other than the lack of inputs, doing almost everything it needs to. I think you only needed one of these, didn't you? Yeah, and then those three will go down and be good. And you've still got way more construction bots than you need, but whatever. And I'm using less power than I'm generating, so that's good. Yeah. He's still got a bunch of things for when I expand things further, and then this guy is still just processing everything that comes out, and you know, that's all fine. And I've got, yeah, that'll be okay. So let's see if I can get this solar online. Do I have train stations? I do have train stations. And I was also contemplating switching the trains over to rocket fuel and like kicking off a small rocket fuel build, but I don't think that's a thing that's happening yet either. Okay, so the plan for this was, can I get this out of the way? Maybe. Okay, let's just actually let's use these boxes because maybe this will be helpful. So we've got some speed modules, got a lot of landmines. You guys actually needed speed modules, that's interesting. Okay, good. Landmines and rails. I will actually need a bunch of those. That timing was off slightly. So the plan with this is I should be able to have a train here, a train here, and hopefully that station actually exactly lines up. And this is going to be called, I don't think I remember that lining up properly. I think that just happened to be accidental. Let's have you request some fuel, and let's have you request some fuel, and then turn that stuff on, and then one of these things, probably doesn't need to be that, could just be this. Yeah. So now I've got fuel being delivered here. This is the solar station. And so I needed to put together, oh wait, for this I needed stack filter inserters is, okay, I guess I'm doing 6, which is more than I needed, probably needed like 4 or whatever. I needed rubber ports, I needed a small number of construction bots, and then I actually needed a lot of power poles. So let's get some of those things together quickly. That's going to be more roboports than I need, but whatever. That's going to be more construction bots than I need, but whatever. Stack filter inserters, a lot of power poles. I need a lot more power poles. I think there are a couple of walls that might be running low on repair packs, so that's going to be a thing we're going to have to deal with. And then I guess a lot of these. What do I want? Is it time to actually start working on the silo? 800. 800 is not a whole lot, so explosives I don't really need. 2400, 2400. Yeah. I might also need a couple of these. That's more than I will need. Yeah, I think I've got everything I need to go and set that up now. Rails. I need rails and signals and stations, which I've kind of got enough of. Especially with the ones over here. Okay. Are you getting fuel now? You are getting fuel now. That's good. So I guess, like, of the various places I could put solar, like, this is a spot where I kind of, like, I'm not doing anything, and there probably isn't going to be a lot of other train stuff going through there, so I kind of don't care. Is that a lot of copper? Because the other thing I'm thinking about is, like, my main resource shortage at the moment is copper. Where do I get more copper? Maybe this one, like, maybe the rest of the plan was to try and build some kind of amphibious assault thing out here and have a beachhead here, secure this copper, maybe even secure that oil, have to push through this base, which is going to be a pain, but that's also still for 2.6 million, which is not great. This is even harder to secure. We'll have a lot more bases around, but also another 10 million copper is pretty great. So rocket launcher, I think I saw on the map there was still, yeah, there's still a worm here, so it needs to not be. But basically, how am I going to do this? This is going to turn into kind of solar panel city. I think the way we're going to do this is go... Is that going to give us enough space to put a station here? Probably should have thought about the station first and the rest of it afterwards. It might not, actually. No, it does. It does. It just does. Okay, fine. We are now approaching the negligence phase of Factorio, where it's more important to just get stuff in place than it is to actually care about it. Yeah, so let's have some signals, like it's kind of already signaled, isn't it? And I'm only going to have one train here, but you know, whatever. I will definitely need power though. Let's put a radar here because radars are good. Let's put one of these here because these are good. Yeah, have some of those. Because what we want is so this thing is set up that it will reserve space for the inputs and then just fill up the train with solar panels. But what I wanted to do is go from solar to shiny node. That's going to be inactivity. This is going to be full cargo, so it's going to dump large amounts of solar panels into the build at any time. But for now, let's just take what we've got. And this is why I built the stack filter inserters, because yeah, let's just, I mean, 2 is already more than I need, but whatever. Because these want to be only using solar panels. So all the other ingredients that were like inputs into the solar panels are going to get left on the train, which is entirely the plan. And yeah, now we need to have some miscellaneous storage space, and that's going to want, it's probably going to want cliff explosives, but it's not going to get cliff explosives yet. It's going to want a lot of those. And yeah, now we've got a large number of solar panels, and this thing being on inactivity means that after these inserters have unloaded all the solar panels, this is just going to go back to the solar node where it's going to enable more construction of these things. So what we actually want at the moment is a giant solar array, which I'm going to do in kind of an ugly way because yeah, the negligence phase of Factorio. So it can go like that, We're going to need more roboports. I will deal with that later. Do we even need to do it like this? I guess because how am I fitting these things in? Like, do we even need... Am I even happy with that? I mean, sure. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. Like, there are better ways to do this with substations, but, you know, whatever. Don't really care. The question is, where do I put the roboports so I can span... Yeah, let's go and figure out that side of it. This is going to be kind of annoying to do, never mind. Where does it fit? It fits there. And I think with that, these ones will still go up one side and these ones will, as it turns out, not. That's okay though. That's fine. And the question is, how much of this can I do before figuring out kind of a nice copy-pastable block of this stuff? Let's also... Do I need to get... I don't think I need to get rid of the trees or anything, do I? How many is that at the moment? 358. Okay, so I can put a bunch more of these down. On the other side, can I? No, because I don't actually have. Let's not do it there. Let's do it like that. Except I missed some of the power poles at the top, which is going to be a pain. I missed all the power poles at the top. Top never had power poles. Interesting. You guys don't do anything. Just let the other bots do this. This is not actually worth your time. Okay. So now I've got that done, I should be able to copy some larger blocks of this, like so, and then one of these guys should go over here somewhere. Where though? Here? Yeah. So that's going to be the solar plan. We now have a lot of bots running around putting down a lot of solar trains. We've got about another... Yeah, we've still got about another 2,000 to fall out of storage. If we look at the power generation, this is still not going to be much, but it means that the solar panels will be able to contribute during the day, and then during the day we'll work on filling these steam tanks, and then during the night we can work on emptying the steam tanks, and all of that will still be, you know, not actually a huge deal yet, because we're currently making, yeah, we're making 5 megawatts, and with 1,000 solar panels we'll go up to like what, 60 megawatts, which is a small portion of what we're doing with nuclear, so whatever. But yeah, so I think with all of those things done, we're going to kick off the rocket silo research and then call the episode here. Like, we got a bunch of things done. Do they have all the... Yeah, none of them are complaining about that. They're complaining about prod mods and things. We've got a lot of power poles. We've now got, a solar grid which we'll put here, which we can expand pretty much in all directions. Probably want to... Yeah, whatever. Hell, like, having the train station in the middle is better because it reduces bot travel times, but also I kind of don't care. Those guys are not going to be a big deal. We're still not spawning behemoths, and so that's all fine. That's a lot of blinking things. Blinking because module upgrades. Low base because, running out of copper. The copper mines are trains waiting there. Lots of trains waiting here. Actually, this one isn't running yet, is it? It's not, but this one is. Yeah, so we're mining all the copper we can. We're short of stuff because of copper. Yeah. And we've built everything except space science. And all of this is just rocking along. Got a lot of LDS now. Waiting on blue science, interesting. Yeah, all of this is just rocking along. We've upgraded the labs. I think the next thing we're going to have to do... Why don't you have... Because you're only just getting around to building the power poles now, whatever. Is figuring out how to get more copper. Which is a bit of a shame, because we don't really have all that many options. We've got this thing, which is pretty inaccessible. Highly inaccessible. We've got nothing over here, which is a shame. We've got nothing at all over here, which is a shame. We've got a tiny bit here, which is going to be interesting to secure. And then we've got this big chunk, which is going to be even more interesting to secure. But I think planning those amphibious assaults are going to be kind of the next thing. It's probably going to be like landfill bridge, lasers and mines, and flamethrowers eventually for defense, and then clearing out a variety of these things. Like, even with the size of this wall, it like, if I can clear all of this out, it looks like it would be kind of viable to just do a wall all the way across here and go like, this oil is mine. Oh yeah, what are the oil numbers at the moment? 210, pretty terrible. 194. Where's the other one? 209. Okay, so that one pump jack by itself is currently our most useful oil source, and this one will triple our oil intake. So that's fine. This is still doing... Yeah, we're still fine for gas. So yeah, I think this is going to be the plan. Building the solar, try and figure out how to secure one of these guys, because at the moment we need a lot of copper. We just need a lot more copper. How many trains does... This guy's got 2 trains assigned. This guy's got 2 trains assigned. Are green ships building up or not? They are not. But they also just need... Yeah, more copper. That's probably going to be the theme. More copper. Need more things. Yeah, good times.